So here we are in Central Coast International Sports Park. Marlins second grade versus Baulkham Hills Kookaburras. The game started. We've had an innings from Baulkham Hills. Finished with a double play. Sorry, we didn't have a live stream up and running, but it finished with a double play. It was a 5-4-3 double play. Liam Home to pitch for Baulkham Hills. Okay, sorry about that. A bit of excitement happening in the background here. Nothing to change things too badly. But so what have we got? We've got Jay Andrews in the box. Dan Rogers went down. Jay Andrews in the box. Strike on the inside corner. So Liam Holmes to pitch. Liam is an outstanding left-arm pitcher as a junior. Played for the Australian Under-18s team World Cup in 2017 in Thunder Bay. Fouls that one away. Australian schoolboys, New South Wales schoolboys, been a participant with the Blue Sox to the inside. .73 miles an hour. Liam a crafty left armour. Another foul from Jay.
All right. Talk to you again. Thanks, ladies. Bye.
Marlins 2 dead. Jay fouls left side. Jay Andrew plays for Dodgers on the Central Coast in winter ball. Broken bat. He's back out here now with a balm bat. He can break this one, he can have it. That is a great pitch. Well held on. Couldn't have been much in that. Jay hits the third base. Good grab from the third baser. Throws him out nicely at first base. The third base fielder, of course, being Stephen Courtney, one of the under 18s playing up, backing up for first in second grade. And Nick Chappell, also an under 18, playing first base. So 0-0, one innings complete. Terry Pearce discussing something here with umpire Bob Crawford, plate umpire Bob Crawford. Alex. Just kill that screen or good. So batter up now is Jaron Van Dyke. Jaron actually lives on the Central Coast. Plays in the Newcastle comp for the Phoenix Club. Played a few years with Marlins in the early days. He's happy to travel down to Sydney to play for the Baulkham Hills Club. They've looked after him over these years. Can hit. Outstanding hitter. Every club would be happy to have him in their lineup. Chris Goss on the hill today. There's a strike. Van Dyke would have seen a bit of Gossy over the time. Goss plays for Toronto and Van Dyke plays for Phoenix in the Newcastle comp. Here's a hit up the middle. Dan Rogers. No, Kai Mac Walsh diving but not getting there. Van Dyke reaches for a hit out to centre field and Baulkham Hills have a runner aboard. We actually had runners aboard in the first innings. In the end, they blew it with a good double play. Jack Stevenson took a good grab, threw it up to Kai Walsh at second base, and Kai turned it to Jack Day at first base with a double play to finish the innings. Liperopoulos to bat now. Swings at the first pitch. Jack Day throws him out at second, and Van Dyke out at second for the fielder's choice. Bit of a stumble there at the base and not really a good cover there from Goss at first base, so there was no way of turning that into a double play. There's been a change to the lineup here. This is, I'm going to guess and say it's another Liparopoulos. That's what it says on his shirt. The starting first baser, shortstop was Riley Watson. In the first innings, Riley was the starting pitcher. Riley was the starting pitcher in under 18s this morning, so there's a bit of a question as to what his further participation today can be. That was a fly out to right field, Luke Kovac. Kovac actually dropped it, but he dropped it on the transfer. No one's arguing. Mother just said that it was terrible, Luke. So there is a stolen base on the, I don't know if you could call it a wild pitch. Scorers will have a decision on it, but bottom line, catcher didn't take it cleanly. Runner advances to second. Kovac family here, as always. Luke playing right field today. I expect him to be pitching. At some stage he pitched on Wednesday night as well. Alex Kovac sitting beside me here in the control booth, helping with pressing all the buttons, because I have no idea. And Alec is outstanding at it. Alex, you didn't correct me. I corrected myself. Yeah, the temerity to not point it out to me. There's a hit to third base to Jack Stevenson. Jack throws it to Jack Day at first base. Comes off his base, makes the tag on the runner running to first. Ultimately an out. A little bit scrappy, but Jack Day made Jack Stevenson's throw look a little bit better than it finished up being. And still an out. It's in the book, and it's 0-0. So Jake Phelps in the box now, facing Liam Holm. Lefty on lefty, not the matchup that Phelps would like. Not many lefties like facing left arm pitches. Must have been on the outside. Phelps does sit in close on the plate. He's not afraid to wear one. That's a strike. Phelps married in the winter to Taylor Pierce, so now Taylor Phelps. There's a foul. Taylor, of course, the granddaughter, the favourite granddaughter of Coach Terry Pierce. Not supposed to have favourites, but Taylor considers that she is. Phelps draws the walk, throws off the guard. There's plenty of it. Jack Day to the plate. So none out, one on. Even ball game. Have a look at some of the fielding positions of the Baulkham Hills guys while we're here. We sort of had a bit of excitement earlier, so now we're catching up a little bit, doing a bit of house cleaning, housework. Housekeeping, there we go. Housekeeping, that's what I was clutching for. Alex Ranieri catching. Day, and he's safe. Okay, so Day swung over the top. It was a hit and run, and he went after it. So Phelps was on his bike. Jack did his best to try and get something on it, at least. Didn't. Left the throw unopposed, and Ranieri's throw was off target. Phelps didn't go down, but no danger of a collision. Ultimately overran the base and still got back in time to be safe at second. So it's in the book as a steal, but nothing that Jake Phelps could be particularly proud of. Which brings Jack Stevenson to the box, because Jack Day went down on strikes. So one dead, one on. Jack Stevenson, the third baser. Really made a couple of good plays today. Swings hard. There's a foul. There's a few under 18s playing in this Baulkham Hills side, as there is in the Marlins side. That's strike three, 2 dead. It's a very good rule being brought in this year to give some of these 18s some extra game time. So you're allowed to have 3 18s doubling up and starting in graves above them, which has worked very well for most clubs, in that these young guys get an extra game in on a weekend, and that extra bit of work is what these guys need, especially leading into national championships, national youth championships in January this year, being held in Victoria. I've been in Sydney for a few years in a row, maybe 6 years in a row. It's on the march this year, 18s and 16s both in Victoria this year. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Luke Kovac in the box. Luke playing right field. I expect to see him on the hill potentially in this grade or possibly in first grade. He did throw a couple of innings on Wednesday night. But he wouldn't be under any restrictions to be throwing today. There's a hit through to second. Oh, it's gone out to right field. It's gone through second base to right field. Phelps comfortably at second. Terry Pierce wisely held him up at third base. Although it went under the glove of the second base fielder, Rob Moore. The right fielder, Mackenzie Bowen, was charging in, and would have probably made it difficult for Phelps to score. So in the box now, Elijah Ansell. Elijah also plays for the Toronto club in Newcastle in the winter. Elijah can be a very powerful hitter. You can identify the one to hit. It will stay hit. Good. The runners on the corners, 2 dead. And that is strike 3, side away. So Marlins leaving runners on board. Leadoff batter at third base. And failed to score, failed to convert. So we are going into the top of the third already. And the batter in the box. I'm thinking it will be Mackenzie Bowen. I could be wrong. Either Rob Moore or Mackenzie Bowen. I'm just not sure how far down the lineup we are. I'm going to say it's going to be Rob Moore, the 8-hitter, second baser. So Chris Goss ready to go. Yeah, Rob Moore up to bat. Second base, and Mackenzie Bowen on the on-deck circle. Inside for a ball. That's a strike, so it's a 1-1 count now on the batter. More looking to the third base coach for a signal. It's you're the leadoff batter, son. There's no signal. It's get aboard. There's a foul. Helps having trouble finding his range, throwing it back to the pitcher. He's not chasing it. Jay Andrews does the cleanup. That's a strike. Strike 3. Well done. He has a nice low angle that he delivers it, and it does change a little bit. He's quite wily. Left armour, one of my favourite guys. Great to have around the club. Great competitor. Mackenzie Bowen in the box. There's another strike. Same spot. The battle of the left-handers here today. Surprised that Liam Holmes isn't actually batting for himself. He can hit. I've seen him bat. He's an outstanding batter. Very much unsung with the stick in his hand. 1-1. Takes that one. Bowen thought he should have been swinging at that one. Gossy gets a bit of work. It goes from the inside and straightens up a bit. So he does get a bit of sideways movement on the ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And down the bottom. Certainly over the plate, but below the knees. Bowen, a big lad. Hard one to take, that one. So that's going to be a full house, full count on the batter, I'm guessing. Yes, it is. And there's a hit to centre field. Dan Rogers coming in on it. Takes it nicely. And Dr. Dan with a great catch at centre field. Outstanding speed. I don't think he picked it up straight away, but he had the speed to get there. And played soccer in the off-season for the Southern Ettalong United Soccer Club. I believe he was the Player of the Year, won a few accolades down there. Multi-talented sportsman. Am I good? I'm talking? It's a foul. It's better in the box now. Back to the top, which is Aaron Zammit, left-hander. Hits hard to left side, and it's fair. Elijah Ansell out there, and that's a comfortable. Oh, look out! And that's a comfortable 2-bag hit. Ball gets away from them a little bit. The fielders, and cleaned up in the end by Jack Day. Time's called. I don't know what's happened there. I think Zammit might have hurt himself somehow. I don't know. Maybe he's not run to second base all that often. No, I genuinely don't know. So the catcher, Ranieri, in the box now. Hits it hard down right side. Foul. McKenzie Walsh. McIntyre Walsh. Macintosh Walsh at second base. Sorry, Kai. Jay Andrews at third. Jack Stevenson at second. Jay Andrews at shortstop. Jack Stevenson at third base. Elijah Ansell out there at left field. Dan Rogers, of course. Dr. Dan at centre field. And right field, Luke Kovac. Not a good day. Am I live? Am I live again? Yep. Sorry about that. Ranieri still in the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's hit a couple of fouls. The parachute ball there on the outside. Zammit looking ready to jump at second base there, getting a great lead. There's a foul. Ranieri's having a good long at bat here. He's waiting for his pitch and he's not getting it. He's dealing with it accordingly. Good batting. In the bottom. Zammit looking to score on the hit, scoring from second base, so way to stop the run will be to get the batter out in the box before he gets bat on ball. That's down the bottom. It's a walk. There's the free pass. So we've got runners on 1 and 2. With 2 out. Runner goes. Double steal. Here's one of them. No, that's a good bit of baseball. And you're out. He's out. So what's happened there is the runner on first has put on a bit of a delayed steal. Around here has put on a bit of a delayed steal to try and draw the throw. The cutoff has finished up going back to Jack Stevenson at third base. And unfortunately, Aaron Zammit finds himself short of the ground. He let off a little bit too hard, and he's been effectively backdoored at third base. Good baseball, good aggressive base running from the Baulkham Hills guys. Fair play to them, but probably a little bite off a little bit too much. And Marlins good enough to make them pay. So, Mitch Pearce in the box. Mitch Pearce, the sister, of course, of Taylor Pearce, who is the wife of, or Taylor Phelps, who's the wife of Jake Phelps, the catcher. And by that same chain of events, he becomes the grandson of Terry Pearce, the coach. So, Pearce has been out of the game for a couple of weeks. He got an injury at work, I believe. And he's back for his first game for a couple of weeks and hits his first pitch, a bloop single out to left field, and he's aboard. Now, Pearce has wheels. I'm not sure what his injury was, though, so I think it might have been a wrist. But Pearce can run. But then again, Liam Holm has a very good pick-off move. Most left-handers do. Holmie's got a couple. So Pearce hanging reasonably close. Kai Mac Walsh in the box now. Kai's been getting some good participation in our Wednesday night team, the Marlins Wednesday night side, in first grade. Started a couple of games. He's come in as pinching late. And there is a foul left side. So Kai has very much risen to the challenge, and He's eligible 18s. He's been playing 18s. He's playing doubling up, as what I was saying before, doubling up in second grade for the extra at bats. He'll be a participant in the country side this year. So the play is now to second base. So the hit's to shortstop. Shortstop throws it to Woods at second base, who doesn't make the double play attempt. So Kai Mac Walsh reaches on a fielder's choice, and the Marlins are one away. One on, one away. Which brings us back to the top of the lineup. Dan Rogers. Dr. Dan the man. Rogers in the box. Dan went down in the first innings. Let's just see what the fielders are doing, because Dan is very capable of putting the bunt down. Lefty on lefty, though. It's not his favourite. There we go. Shapes the bunt. Hits, gets onto it, and unfortunately it's going to go straight down left field's throat. But a good piece of the beat, of the bat. Holmes having no trouble finding the middle of that bat. So we're up with Jay Andrews back in the box. Left fielder, of course, being Aaron Zammit. So 2 short, Jay Andrew in the box, 1 on, 0-all ball game. Third innings. Kai getting out far enough. McIntosh Walsh getting out far enough to catch the eye of the pitcher. Liam Holm content to go at the batter. Jake Phelps, the batter in the on-deck circle. That's down the bottom. 2-2 is the count. Shadow's starting to draw a bit longer now. Jay Andrews swings and misses, and that is 3 away. Ranieri lost track of how many outs there were, was looking for a throw around amongst the boys, but of course that's not required when it's side away, and it was side away. So we've got Chappell in the box. Nick Chappell playing first base today. One of the 18s doubling up. The 44. There's a good piece out to right field. Kovac's out there, takes it nicely. The sun did get in his eyes a little bit. He adjusted accordingly and takes a nice catch out there. First pitch. So that will bring the DH to the box. Jaron Van Dyke. I think if he'd have seen the same pitch, I don't think Luke Kovac would have had as much of a chance of catching it. I think the bloke in the car park might have had a better shot at it. So 2 balls. So Gossie can pitch. Van Dyke can hit. That's 2 and 1. That's 3 and 1. I'm not sure that Goss will go around him. I think he may be content to. Sorry, we'll go at him. I think. There you go. He's hit it into his foot. No, he's out. Don't know what happened there. And Dyke didn't run up the baseline. Gave himself a bit of a love tap with a helmet on the helmet with his bat. Disappointed in himself, and he becomes the second out. So this is Hayden Liperopoulos. Sorry, Hayden. There's a pop out to shortstop, miss hit pop out to shortstop. And the Phelps family cheer squad giving a bit of encouragement to Jay Andrew on that out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Baulkham Hills, and we move to the bottom of the 4th. So no score. Both teams have left runners on. Very much a pitching duel. 2 outstanding left armers. Holmes, the young gun, coming through, and Chris Goss for the Marlins, the wizened old fox, doing his bit on the hill. Jake Phelps up to bat. Lefty on lefty again. Phelpsy with all the guards available to him. Outside. That'll be a strike at 1 and 1. Good lead though. Phelps quite happy to get himself settled in the box, set him in the at bat. Swings hard and it's going to go foul. Thought it might have been a chance of hitting the base. 2 strikes on him there, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's always a unfortunate event when the batted ball hits a base and skews away somewhere. There's a hit back up the middle, and it's going to beat the field, and Phelps comfortably reaching. The Phelps family cheer squad piping up in the background. Alex Kovac has manipulated the technology here, so there's very little background noise being picked up, but I think the Phelps family are trying to get themselves onto the airwaves. So Jack Day steps in. Phelps on one, none out. Jack Day can hit. There he goes. That's into the hole. This will get Phelps, I'd say, round to third. Yes. And he does it nicely to third. Day trails him round to second. And that is proper baseball. Hit them where they ain't. So a bit of a shout out to Mark Dollymore. I'm sure I heard him say that a few times over the years. Hit them where they ain't. So Jack Stevenson steps in now. Another lefty. Marlins dripping with lefties today. Swings hard, fouls away, left side. Jack Stevenson, I think, also plays for the Dodgers club. Looking for the bunt. Shapes to bunt. 3 balls, 1 strike. So hitters count. Don't imagine Holmes is going to let him go easily. Batter in the box is Luke Kovac. There's a strike, so that's the automatic strike. Full count now. Batter in the box is Luke Kovac, who's had a hit today and has been hitting quite well all summer. As I say, he is a pitcher. They let him hit because he can. There's a foul tip. Well done. Stevenson battles on. Got him. So that's 1 dead. Kovac steps in. Runner on 2 and 3. First base is open. Don't imagine they're going to give it to him. Elijah Ansell in the on-deck circle. There's a ball. Bob Crawford doing the home plate umpiring today in this game. He'll be doing the field umpiring in the first grade game tonight. Paul Jones doing the field umpiring. He'll do doing it in the plate tonight. Kovac quite experienced in these sort of situations. It's not his first time at the rodeo. He'll be looking to get on board. It's the 3-1. So Holmes will have to throw him another strike here, and it'll be what Kovac's looking for. Kovac is loaded for it. Base hit will score 2, I think. Takes the ball, takes the walk, loads the bases. 1 dead. Elijah Ansell in the box. So we've got a mound visit here. It's Josh Brownlee coming out to have a chat. Terry Pearce getting into the year of Elijah Ansell at the same time. So loaded bases halfway through the game. 0-0 game. Big strong lad, Elijah. Can hit as long as he can hold on to hit something that's worth hitting. Let's go. Infield in. Ansell swings. All the infield playing in. Umpire's going to play out now. Elijah swings again. Fouls at left side. So 2 strikes on him. Yeah, there's an email. On his list. Elijah goes down swinging. So it's 2 dead with Mitchell Pearce up. So Mitchy Pearce swings at the first one. Got a hit with his first at bat earlier on the first pitch. He's tried to do the same thing. Swings hard again. Bases dripping with Marlins. 2 strikes on the batter. 2 dead. Pearce hits up the middle. Fielded by Holm. Underarms at the first base. And that is side away. So, Liparopoulos, 77, which is he's playing shortstop. He is in the bat now with. Hey, Dad. I've just been joined in the box by the Phillies prospect, Kyle Glagoski. He There's a hit now out to right field. Kovac out there with the glasses on now. So Howick's favourite son, Kyle Grogoski, sitting beside me here in the box. Grogoski getting some warm-up games in before he heads off to the Auckland Tuatara to play in the ABL. And be back again across the ditch. I think the Tutus play Sydney Blue Sox in Sydney this year. Is that right, Kyle? Do the Tutus play in Sydney this year? Or?
Yeah, but not till later.
Not till later on, okay. So Grogoski will be the starting pitcher tonight for the Marlins first grade side. Hopefully he'll be a bit more effective than he was last week against Ride. Ride got into him. But, first week back after a bit of a break. There's a play here from Jay Andrew. Gets him at first base, no question. And the Baulkham Hills are 2 dead. Some questioning going on. Sorry I wasn't watching on that one, but so Robert Moore in the box. There's a pop up. It's going to go to foul territory. Will it go all the way to foul? No one can get there. Lands in front of the Baulkham Hills dugout. Everyone steps back as they should. But the Marlins guys not quick enough to get across there. Phelps and Jack Day both having a go, but out of their grasp. So 2 dead, none on. Goss would have quite a low pitch count, I would expect. I don't think he'd be anything up above 60, I wouldn't expect. There's a hit. It's going to get out to centre field. Dan Rogers is out there. Tails away towards me, reads it well, and that's side away. So going to the bottom of the 5th, 0-all ball game. Marlins will be looking to do some damage. Back to the top of the lineup. Race back to my car to get a jacket. So Kai in the box, Kai McWash in the box. Takes a strike. Takes 2 strikes. Harm's still going. Baulkham Hills. The commentator here, Martin Vine, out of breath. Kai swings hard, right side. Anyone's going to catch that? So, actually, not a bad effort from first baser. Nick Campbell. Just out of reach. The looming fence distracted him, I'm sure. Mac Walsh gets out of the way of that one. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Macintosh Walsh. Sorry, Kai. Macintosh Walsh plays his winter ball for Wyong Roos in the Central Coast Comp. Hits to third base. Third base throws him out. But Kai Macintosh Walsh gives him a fair shot. He legs it out all the way. Always a good thing. Puts pressure on the fielder, puts pressure on the first baser. Anything can happen. We've all seen it. So Dan Rogers steps in. One on one. Two balls and 1 strike. Full house. Marlins can get Dan on. He's the kid that's going to make a bit of a challenge on the base paths. Keep Baulkham Hills in the game. Well, they'll know they're in the game trying to chase after him. So he needs to get on first, though. That's the strike. Oh, that's the 3-1, sorry. So that's 3-2 now. It's a full house now. Ian thought it was a ball. That's a foul. Dan thought it was a ball and Crawford thought it was a strike, and it only matters what Crawford thinks. Now it's a full house. That is a ball, so that gets Dan aboard. Jay Andrews up to bat. I think TP's going to have a quick word to him now. He's going to let them all think that he's telling him to bunt. My money says Jay's going to swing. Baulkham Hills infield third base takes a couple of steps in, as do the others, but there's Dan's gone and unopposed, uncontested. Dan got a great jump. I don't think Liam got a chance to look at him. So Dan Rogers now in second base scoring position. Jay Andrews can hit now. He can swing away. Phelps, the on-deck batter. It's down. So 3 straight balls. That's a strike. And that's a walk. So they've got some action happening in the bullpen for Baulkham Hills. Another lefty warming up. Phelps in the box. None out, 2 on. 1 out, 2 on, sorry. I think Dan Rogers is looking to get himself across to third as well. And if he goes to third, I don't think Jay will have a problem getting himself across in the vacuum that he leaves behind, getting across to second. Dan with a great lead. The way that Liam's pitching at the moment, though. Yeah, here comes a visit. The way that Liam's pitching, I don't think they're going to need to be doing too much work. It's not putting the batters under too much pressure to swing the stick, and I think he's gone. Coach is asking him, how you feeling? Bobby's out there to see what's going on. So I think there might have been a bit of play there to try and buy a little bit of time for the bullpen, because the bullpen's certainly starting to speed it up a little bit now. They are up there with a catcher with no gear on, which is always a challenge, but so coach comes out on a 0-3 count, has a chat, throws a strike down the can. Good talk, coach. Phelps hits hard to second base. He fumbles it. Dan Rogers will score comfortably here. There's one in. Jay Andrews will hold at third. So that went through the legs of the second baser, Rob Moore. I would say that had to be charged as an error. We'll take an RBIE if that's how they score it. So Jay Andrews has gone first to third on the play. Jack Day in the box now. He had a great hit through to left of centre last at bat. Does it again. Another run will come home. And he's done exactly that. That's going to fall into the hole. Jay Andrews scores. That's 2 in for the Marlins this innings. Jack Day puts it almost to the same spot. Good baseball. And I would say that'll do him. Yep. Pitcher is coming down now. And coach is on his way. So I don't know what he's going to do here. He's gone to the umpire to do the change. And now he's going to the hill. Liam's done. I thought he did pitch very well. No. Did it come up?
Yeah.
Did my clap come? I'm live. So the new pitcher on the hill is another lefty, Jaden Wright, replacing Liam Holm. I thought Liam did very well. Did struggle for a little bit of control towards the end there, but I'll see what Jaden Wright can do to keep these guys in the game. It's 1 out, 2 on, 2 runs already scored this innings. Jack Stevenson in the box coming up. Then Luke Kovac after him. both of these guys can hit, and they have hit so far in this game. So this could be interesting to see what Marlins can do and convert some of these runners on board. I know skipper Jake Phelps was giving them a bit of a rev up in between innings, taking good at bats, and that's what we've seen so far in this innings. They've all taken good at bats. Jaden Wright with a reasonable amount of velocity. He throws fairly hard. Big boy. Jack Stevenson steps in, another lefty. Stevenson bunts. This could be good for everyone. Okay, so that gets them around. Stevenson bunting on the first pitch and dropping it down. Still sacked himself out, but got the other two across into the scoring position. Kovac in the box. And Kovac is the guy that's been hitting well so far this summer. So a safe hit will score one. We'll find out what Jack Day's wheels are like. TP reads the game very well from the third base box, and he'll be a good indicator for Jack Day when he comes around the corner. Should that happen, let's hope that it does. Well, let's hope the Marlins hope they do. It does anyway. Kovac hits the third base. It's going to be out at first base. So no further to the score. But we've still here Taylor Phelps giving some coaching suggestions to her husband. Taylor, of course, coaching the Woy Woy Wolves 4th grade side to a grand final premiership last year. A hard-fought 3rd place, I believe, this year. Jake Phelps doing the duties as the scorer for that team, in spite of the fact that he plays for the Dodgers club. What a guy. He may do well to take heed of Taylor's advice there. Does know the game. So Mackenzie Bowen steps in, lead off the top of the 6th innings. Marlins up by 2. Two balls. The Goss still throwing in the low 70s. Here's a hit up the middle. That's a good piece. Dan Rogers. It gets past Dan. Valens turns and goes for second. There's the throw, and not good enough. Rogers will be disappointed in himself in that because he's normally a safe pair of hands. Look, a funny old hop. The ground is quite hard. We haven't had a great deal of rain. It's been mown relatively short and it's a little bit scorched. We've had some hot winds in the last couple of days, so the grass is a little bit patchy as far as green is concerned. And the ball has taken a few funny hops in the last couple of games, so that may be what Dan's going to rely on as an excuse. There's a hard hit ball to third base. That's bounced off Jack Stevenson and rolled out to Elijah Ansell at left field. There's a problem picking it up, but Bowen comfortable at third base. Ranieri steps in. Zamet's hit gets him to first base. Runners on first and third. Baulkham Hill's trying to cook something. None out. And 2 on. Ranieri, the 2-hole hitter. Hits it hard out to right field. And hits it hard out to right field to Luke Kovac. The runner scores from 3 tagging up. Aaron Zamet held at first base. So 2-1 the score now. Chappell steps in. Nick Chappell, one of the under-18s backing up. Big lad. Takes a strike.
Oh, he went with 70 fast.
A runner on 1 now. Chappell in the box. Runner goes. Here's the pick off. And got him. Got him cold. The runner is asking about a balk. I can't see that you're going to call that a balk because so's the coach. He's saying, how's that not a balk? The left-hand pitcher doesn't need to do much to get a runner out at first base. So I don't think the Baulkham Hills coach has got much of an argument there. I don't think there's any question that wasn't a balk. The left-hand pitchers are almost cheating when there's a runner on first. That's picked up the umpire, and Phelps is on his way out to this is where it's going to get interesting, because is this becoming a visit now? Phelps is going out there to give him the ball back to buy a bit of time for Crawford to relax a little bit, but does it constitute a visit? And this is where these rules are going to be difficult to enforce and to deal with, because as part of the game is that little chat that Phelps just did there with Goss, it probably is a visit. It's part of the fraternity that umpires and catchers have. They look after each other when they do take a hit. Under the rules, that's probably a visit. Anyway, it's not in the book today, so miss hit from Chappell. No damage. It's a foul. Up on the handle. 1 out, none on. Or 2 out, actually. Two out, of course, of the catch that Kovac took out at right field and the pick-off put-out failed steal attempt. Swings it hard. Jay Andrew takes it nicely and Chappell makes it easily. A bit of speed there on the bags. Up to first baseline. Fair play to him. Ball did seem to hang, chopped into the ground and then sort of popped up and Andrew had to wait for it to come down. He released it very quickly, but Chappell well and truly up there. So Jaron Van Dyke steps in. Probably the guy that you would want in the box with 2 dead with a runner on when you're down by 1. Going around, he might not hurt too much, to be honest. And then he hits it straight to first base, and that is 3 out. And Dyke definitely a pull hitter anyway. So hit the bottom edge of the bat. Jack Day did well to smother it up, and that is the 3rd out. Fielding changes. Rowan Wood, the 3rd grade shortstop, comes in at second base for Rob Moore. Elijah Ansell steps into the box, and the pitcher continues to be Jaden Wright. So they put 1 back on, so it's a 2-1 ball game. I think there's a heap of problems with time at the moment. What time to start? 4. Which is a bit after. So there's 30 or 40 minutes left in the game. Ansell misses the change-up. So sweet 16, Mitchell Pearce steps in, DHing. Mitchell works pretty hard in his warm-ups. Got a bit of dirt on him, just warming up. So generally speaking, the DH doesn't get that much dirt on his pants. Could be that he hasn't washed them for a while, but I'd like to think that that wasn't the case because it's a white pants league we're playing here. There's a foul. So 2 balls, and I think it's 2 strikes on Pierce. 1 dead. Pierce hits it to shortstop. Oh, it goes horrible bounce for the shortstop and reaches there. I'm not sure that they can score that as a hit. Probably should have taken it. Kai Mac Walsh steps in. Going to be a change. Pierce is out. Pinch runner coming into the game. Nixon Collins Brown comes in to run. Pierce is struggling with a injury. It may be an ankle injury, I'm not sure. Collins Brown can run. One of the under 18s guys. Also been playing a lot of third grade. There's a pick off. Just checking in, really. Nothing. No attempt. By McIntosh Walsh and Nixon Collins Brown giving himself a good lead. Talked about Nixon's brother playing at college. Second grade Marlins and a bit of first grade guy is Chase Khan. Chase is also at college over there. He is, oh, this is trouble. This is trouble. He's safe. He's safe. He's safe. Collins Brown, big lead off. Catcher tries to throw him out. First baser, a little bit out of position. Had to chase him back, and Collins Brown gets back in time. Chase Khan is also in the States. He's at a 4-year school. He's at Albany State in Georgia State. So, Chase, if you're there with the lads, here's to you, my friend. Good luck getting through the winter. And keep on working hard. So there's a foul. Chase a bit of a shout out before, but sorry, mate, I forgot. Chase's brother Flynn also playing for the Marlins. Flynn plays third grade and under 18s. He played third grade today, but he's under 18s guy as well. Very handy baseball family. Chase outstanding for Marlins in the last couple of years in the outfield. And that is strike 3 for Kai McIntosh Walsh. Probably close enough to be doing something with it. Dan Rogers steps in. Good. One dead, Dan Rogers. 2 dead, sorry. 2 dead. Marlins would like to get another run on here. Terry Pierce telling him to get going. You're in there as a pinch runner, son. Get on your bike. Dan Rogers swings, so 2 strikes on Dan now. So Chase, yeah, very valuable member of the Marlins clan over the years. The boys all wish him well his college career, student athlete. This pitch has got quite a good delivery action, which is making it hard for the runner to get a good read on him. Probably should have been looking a bit harder when he was in the dugout as to what his movement is, but that's why we're playing second grade and not first grade. So 2 strikes. Collins Brown's going to have to run hard. Here's a piece, and that's going to go foul and not be caught, and that's the important part. Dan can put something into play. Collins Brown will be at third. I reckon if Collins Brown's at third and there's no one holding him up, then Dan Rogers will be at second. So Dan can get anything through the infield, he'll be at second. And that is a ball up and out. So I'm going to say the steel's off now. But and full house now. So this has been a good at-bat from Dan Rogers. All right. Yep. Crucial at-bat for Dan with 2 dead. There is the good walk. Collins Brown a little bit deer in the headlights there. Should have been more aware. No damage though. The full count and 2 dead. You need to get going. Something's going to have to happen. He's either going to hit it, he's either going to miss it, or he's going to foul it. Either way, you need to get rolling. There's a piece. It's gone left side. It's beaten the... It's gone to centre left. Scores 1. Dan Rogers is always going to score from there. And that from Jay Andrews, a sweet double, scoring 2. It's taking a bit of pressure off the Marlins here. 4-1 is the score now. And that brings Jake Phelps to the box. So Andrews will be pleased with that. He's threatened to hit it there all day. Scoring runs like that with 2 dead is always a good thing for a team. But I don't think the Baulkham Hills are out of it yet. There's a strike to start with from right. Inside, that's 2 balls. Phelps normally would have leaned into that. He's got the gear on, he's got the guard on. Yeah, tells me the story of facing Lewis Thorpe on a few occasions and wearing a few. Lewis Thorpe, of course, a starter this year for the Twins. I like it. So 3 balls straight. Phelps would be happy to be on the base, but I think Terry Pearce would be happy to see him swing, and that's what he's done. It's going to go foul. But I think Phelps, Terry Pearce has given him the green light because Phelps is definitely capable of hitting. CP failing to do the fielding there. CP only recently retired from actually playing the last couple of years. Phelps swings, misses. It's strike 3, and he is put out at first base on the drop third stroke. So that is the innings for the Marlins. It's 4-1. That's the going into the top of the 7th. Umpire Bob Crawford just checking on the timing with the umpire with the scorers there. So Liparopoulos steps in. This is Hayden. So top of the 7th. Goss, 72 pitches here. So been very efficient. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 1 strike, sorry. Two and two. It's down. It's a full house. So Baulkham Hills are going to need to get some base runners on board. And there's one of them. So Goss giving one of the few walks so far today. He's been very very hard to get through. This is, I don't know if this is the younger or the older of the Liparopouloses, but he's got the lower number of the two. He's come in as an early change. Runner goes. Goss is going to throw him out. Fields the comebacker. Throws out the batter runner, but the Hayden Liparopoulos gets across comfortably to second base. So call it what you like. Full-blooded bunt, but ultimately the runner has advanced, and that's what the goal is. Advance the runners in front of you. So Courtney steps in. Stephen Courtney, one of the 18s, playing third base. Okay. Live, I did. I'm live. Gossie be looking to hold this guy on. Two balls, one strike. Next batter up is Rowan Wood. Rowan Wood's the third grade shortstop. He actually played quite well in third grade. I think Gossie would be happy to see him. Happy to see Rowan Wood in the box with two dead than one. The Marlins need an out here. There's a hit to third base. Nearly wipes out the coach. Yep, he'll be playing left field next week, I'd say. H takes a step back to the Marlins boys. Safest spot. One of the reasons why coaches wear helmets these days. Yeah, getting away a little bit on Goss. That's a strike. No strike. There's the walk, so that's closed up the hole. One out. Double plays on. Pick a bag and throw it behind you. Phelps doesn't need to get too stressed. It's still 4-1. Oh. It's one of those unfortunate things where first base fielder sort of holding on, but there's a runner in front, so you don't hold on hard, and Goss in real danger there of throwing to the man and not the base. Could have got ugly. Myers didn't get too upset about it, and I don't think anyone else did either. The guy was a fair way off, and Gossie did throw to the field and not to the base. So, anyway. Rowan Wood in the box. There's a hit. And it gives a funny hit. Here we go. Oh. Goss cuts it unasked. Phelps had it covered. Gossie thought he heard him say something, obviously. So, run scores there. The hit was out to right field, out to Kovac. Kovac threw it in. Pitcher cut it. Probably should have let it run. The ball was certainly running out of speed, but would have been interesting to see how it played out, but we never got to find out. So now we've got one out, one scored, runner on 3. Mackenzie Bowen in the box. Had a couple of hits today. Oh, sorry, runner on 1 as well. There is a long piece. It's going to go out. Elijah Ansell makes the catch. Throws it in, not to Jay. It'll be interesting to see whether he tagged up. Crawford was watching and he says no, his call. So the run scores. It's now 4 runs to 3 with 2 dead. So Elijah Ansell makes the good catch. Right, now, see, I think what might have happened there was what Marlins were looking at there was that the runner from first base had gone to second, and when he had to go back on the catch, Marlins thought that he may not have gone back via second base.
Just to untouch.
So that's what they were looking at. So he was looking at whether he'd actually gone via second base on his way back. Umpire out there said he did, and that's the end of it. So he said he watched it, said he saw it, and it was his call, not out. The score now 4-3. Top of the 7th. No new innings comes into play soon, so this may well be the top of the last if Marlins can have a reasonably long second innings. There's a foul. Still 2 out. Stevenson in the box here. Well grabbed there by Jake Phelps. Gossie's still in the low 80s with his pitch count, but he is spraying a little bit. He's old enough and wise enough to be able to work through this though. Oh, that's a great... And here's a throw at second. Got him cold. Dropped the ball. Jay Edwards. Jay Andrews. There. The throw landed in the dirt. Got a funny little kick into his glove and he couldn't hold on to it, and the runner is comfortably now at second base. There's a hit to right field. At right field, Kovac's there, makes the catch, shuts the inning down. Not before Baulkham Hills have scored 2, so it's now 4-3, going to the bottom of the 7th. I love you, man. But Jack Day steps in. The magic moment in time is 6:05, I believe. So Marlins will need a long innings. They need to take a few pitches. No new innings to start after 6:05. So there's a hit that's gone through the third baser. Unfortunate kick. They all came in and put too much pressure on themselves, it looks like. So Jack Day reaches, and that brings Jack Stevenson to the plate. There's time here. I don't know why. Anyway, back in play now. Right, left-hander. There's a strike. Hello. Jack Stevenson in the box. Swings hard, goes foul. It's gone foul, so they can't run. It's still dead. There's a hit. Goes to second to shortstop, who is... They've rolled the double. Well played, Baulkham Hills. That will take it to another innings. Oh, no, that's 2 dead. So... Two out. Jack Day... Well, Jack Stevenson hit into the double play, so he's hit... He's killed Jack Day at second base and then got put out himself at first. So Kovac steps in. Kovac will be looking to take a long at bat. This is where the gameplay comes in. They've played 8 innings. It's 2 strikes. So Kovac will be looking to stay alive here. And he's hit that foul over the canteen. My car's over there. It may well have hit it.
Didn't hear a bang.
I thought it hit a car.
Didn't hear a bang.
Oh, it missed my car. So Kovac won't get beaten up behind the bike sheds tonight. He's hit hard out to right field. It's full in front of the fielder. Kovac rounds first base, holds up. And that is a very good at-bat, very handy. I think he's gone 3 hits today. So we've got a pinch hitter stepping in now. Dan Willings to step in. Third-rate catcher. Woy Wolves, first grade catcher, first and second grade catcher. Area 51. High and inside. Two dead. Two straight balls. Saw Central Coast Baseball President Dave Bryant arrived to watch the game, the first grade game. Got his chair, got his jacket. Willing swings hard at that one, so that's 2 strikes on him here. Needs to stay alive. Drops it. And he's thrown out at first base. .603. They go again. So you have to go another innings. So Baulkham Hills will need to score 2 to keep the game alive. Well, score 1 to keep the game alive. Marlins can shut them out, then it'll be game over and the bottom innings won't need to be played. For the bottom half innings. So the DH has gone out to right field. That's Mitch Pearce. Oh, actually, no, Mitch Pearce is out of the game, isn't he? Because he got replaced on the base path. So let's see if we can work this out. Dan Willings is out there at left field. Kovac's come to the hill. I'm hoping he's had some warm up, but he does go well on short warm up. Right field is Nixon Collins Brown. Elijah Ansell came out of the game.
Yes.
And that seems to be the only change. I don't envy Nixon Collins Brown out there at right field. He will be staring pretty much straight into the sun. You can look at the shadows on the ground here, and that'll tell you where the sun is. And he'll be looking straight into it. So this will be difficult when anything goes out that way. The question is whether any of the Baulkham Hills batters can capitalise on that, take advantage of it and hit Oppo. The catcher Ranieri steps in. There's a hit straight off the first pitch. It's going to go to Dan Rogers on the hop at centre field, and Ranieri reaches comfortably on a good piece of batting. So we passed the magic moment in time. So this is the last innings. This is the top of the last innings. Chappell, under 18, stepping in, the first baser, Nick Chappell. Down. Now, Phelps will be looking to try and backdoor Ranieri at first base. Ranieri's getting a big lead. Problem will be that sun. Phelps will keep that. Be aware of that. That's a good strike. Long shadows will now be making it a little bit more difficult. Ball be coming in and out of light for the pitcher, for the batters as well. There's a foul. That's 2 strikes on him now, so he's managed to fight that one off, but puts him deep in the count. Go with 2-2. Kovac, floats over the top of first base. Collins Brown's does the fielding out there at right field. Holds the runner at first. Ranieri, with some good base running, gets himself to third. Could quite easily have become a disaster for Baulkham Hills. Ranieri with a big jump. If that had just been a little bit shorter and Jack Day had been a little bit taller, could have been could have doubled him up and made the game very ugly. So Darren Van Dyke steps in. Here's a foul. Phelps wore it. Phelps is going to return the favour now. Sorry, Bob Crawford's going to return the favour now for leave it in the bag, mate. Phelps has worn that one, so Bobby Crawford's gone out to return the ball back by hand delivery to Luke Kovac to give Phelps a bit of a chance to recover. And Dyke, very dangerous hitter to have in this situation. You would have seen a fair bit of Kovac over the winter. You would have seen Kovac playing for. There's a big piece out to centre field, and Dan Rogers is out there, takes the catch. The runner's tagged up. He's going to be comfortably home. That scores one of them. And Dyke's disappointed it didn't go further. That's tied the game up with 2 dead. 1 dead. 1 dead. Oh. 1 dead. Good base running by Ranieri. No doubt that he was he left after the catch. Smart enough to know that there wasn't going to be that much pressure on him from way out there. Fair play to Baulkham Hills base running. So Phelps might have won another one. This is another Liparopoulos in the box. Hayden. Runner goes, and That's gone over third base's head. Still a single. Fielded comfortably by Dan Willings, which brings Rowan. Can't read my writing. Oh. Roberts. It's not. I think it's Tom Roberts. It is Tom Roberts. Tom Roberts in to pinch hit. Tommy, one of the outstanding pitchers for this Baulkham Hills club. Saw a bit of work with the Blue Sox over the last couple of years as well. That's a national youth championships with the New South Wales Country under-16s. A couple of years ago, he was picked up as a friendship player by the side coached by Terry Pearce under-16s. I don't think I'm going to say 3-4 years ago. Tommy was outstanding in that team. A lot of second base, pitched, got hits. An absolute vacuum cleaner at second base. And a nice bloke to boot. Runner goes. There's a hit to third base. Oh, it's got a terrible hop. He's called it foul, and rightly so. There's no question that's a foul. It didn't hit the base, and it bounced before the base. I think that's a good call. I don't think there's any third base coach is a bit concerned, but I think that's a fair call. It was a terrible bounce, but it looked like it bounced a fair way short of the base, so it's got caught up in the dirt there and kicked away. Tom Roberts is not sure. He's questioning umpire Bob Crawford. The runner was on the move then too, so that's another foul. Roberts not afraid to swing. Few strikes on him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kovac in the mid-70s pitching. A side army, funny angle sort of a pitch and the delivery, and always in and around, always hard to hit. That's in the dirt. Fills the card for the batter. Full house. Clickety-click 66 for Tommy Roberts. Tom was on the pitching roster for this team. He's come in as a hitter. And he's hit that one foul as well. So the runners should all be in motion. Oh, it's only one dead. Gone down third base as well. So hopefully Jack Stevenson at third base is going to school on where Tom's hitting him. He's a bit concerned about the runner coming to third base. He's staying in short, but so got to think about defending the batter as well. Runner goes, and there is a walk on about 8 or 9 pitches. So well done, Tom Roberts. I know that we're going to get an infield outfield for first grade. For all the score. Marlins will be looking to shut this down and get in there and have a bat. Courtney shaking his head. I don't know why. It looked like a strike to me. Wouldn't have minded that being pitched to me if I was batting. There's a good piece. It's gone foul. Courtney having a long at bat here as well. And there is a little bloop hit. There's no one gone to first base and no one's gone anywhere. So everyone's safe. Jack Day went after the ball. So did Kovac. No communication. Kai, McIntosh, Walsh also went after the ball. So three of them looking for the ball. No one on the base. By the time they realised what was going on, the runner had reached safely. So didn't score a run. Yes, it did score a run. Excuse me. It did score a run. So that's the go-ahead run scored with loaded bases and one dead. Double plays on everywhere. Infield flies on. There's one out. Good play. Jack Stevenson with a good grab. Four-seam fastball back to Jake Phelps at home, and that gets the second out without any more damage to the scorecard. Mackenzie Bowen back up again. I think this is his second bat for this innings. They're telling Dan Willing to get back on the fence. I think Mackenzie Bowen's hit left side yet, has he? Oh, yes, he has, yeah. That's a ball. There is Jack Stevenson makes the grab, races the runner to the third base for the forced out. That means now we're on the bottom of the last. Marlins down now 4 runs to 5. The right to continue. Terry Pearce. Four runs to 5, it's correct. Terry Pearce very stony-faced, giving up. They give up 3 runs in that innings, 2 runs. They gave up 2 runs in that innings. Where are we in the lineup? Okay, we've got Collins Brown coming up to bat. He came in for Mitch Pearce. So this is the 9-hole hitter. Then we back to the top. So we need to score 1 run. So this kid gets on. Let's hope that we can manufacture something. There's a ball. Collins Brown. One of the younger guys on this side. Interesting to see if he's got the experience to get this through. I think he does. He needs to get on. He needs to have an at-bat that gets him aboard. So foul a couple off if you need to. Lean into one. Wear one. Be smart. There's a hit. It's gone to third base, and the third base has thrown him out at first. Good play. It's regulation. But fair play to the batter. He got bat on ball. So that brings the leadoff batter into the box. Kai McIntosh Walsh. Under 18, doubling up. There's a reason why these kids double up. It's because they need the game time. They need the game time because they've got bright futures in front of them. So let's hope that Kai can get aboard. Does have a good presence in the box. Wanted to hit. He can get on, he can run. So Dan Rogers is up behind him. Dan can bunt. He's bunted, foul. So that puts 2 strikes on him. Looking to bunt for a base hit. Third base fielder was quite deep, so probably wasn't a bad plan, but couldn't put it where he wanted it, and so now he's got 2 strikes on him. And that's a ball. That's a full house. Low and inside. Baulkham Hills dugout thinking it might have been a bit better than that. And there is a piece. It's lost in the sun. The centre fielder's got it. Swallows it. So that's 2 dead with Dan Rogers. The tying run coming up to bat. A lot of experience, Dan Rogers. He is capable of coming up clutch. Came up clutch the year that first grade won it. It's the I think fairly Lynch in the final stages of that game against MacArthur. One and one. Takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Field. That's a strike. It's 2 and 2. Second base is quite deep. Third base is nothing spectacularly deep. And shortstop's not spectacularly deep. Second base looks to be a little bit deeper than he probably should be. But a And that is strike 3, and that is game. So Marlins let that one slip away. And fair play to Baulkham Hills. They stayed in the game, they battled well, and they have come away victors in this second grade clash. So we'll have a quick little break and be back shortly with the first grade call in a few minutes.